Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I'll never get tired of the way this straight piped 1JZ sounds, but I do want to make this thing a bit more streetable, and having a nice sound system does that for long trips. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to install a sound system from scratch, really, because there's not a single stereo system wire in this car. It's all custom. So I bought a pretty cool kit that is going to help me install into this car pretty easily. Okay, so here is the kit. Basically a Boss audio system for speaker set. Model number BPS4BSK, if you want to research that and take a look. It was under 150 bucks. So I mean, you just can't beat that price. And the reason I really liked this piece, or this kit, is the fact that it has an amplifier, but the main thing is it has this little control module that I can put anywhere in the car. So I can hide this amplifier anywhere out of the way and just have this little controller, because I only need Bluetooth, routed anywhere in the car. And because it's kind of a race car, I don't have much room. I have a custom center console, or centerpiece there. I don't have like a center console that goes down. There's no room in the dash. Everything's taken. So I don't have room for like a head unit with that bulky box behind it, kind of like the amplifier. So I don't have anywhere to put that. And so this was the perfect solution for that problem, because all I need is this. So I plan to just put that little controller right here. I have a little cover that goes there. I'll cut a hole in the cover, but just put that there, and look at how small. I couldn't help myself. I kind of opened it already. So here's that little controller. It goes this way. So I just need to run that somewhere close to me. And look how small this amplifier is. So let me put my hand up there. Comparatively to a head unit, it's probably just a hair longer, but probably a smidge smaller in width. But again, I can easily hide this thing under the dash, far out of the way, and my plan is to actually mount this thing. Oh, I'm getting a call. Okay, so I plan to mount this actually in the spare toolbox. I think that these were used for. Should fit pretty easily and nicely. I'm not using them for anything else, so it fits in there pretty good, out of the way. And then I'll just run wires throughout the car. So that is that. So I'll be able to mount that out of the way and just have this. I think, there's not many times you can buy something that fits your needs perfectly, and I think this is doing that. We're going to do that at least. So here is what the speaker looks like. Just, no big deal. Just a basic looking speaker, and not very deep. So there's a lot of flexibility to mount it places. And in the back, it's pretty easy decision. I'm just gonna mount it right there. Now on this side, it'll be a bit tougher just because the battery's there. But again, I'll mount it up here and be able to run wires behind the wheel well and everything. However, in the front, it's going to be a bit tougher because it's a bit too deep to mount it right there in that little hole. So it's a bit too deep. I don't have it set in there, but that's basically that. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else, possibly mount it up under the dash a little bit, something like this, kind of out of the way. There's not provisions in the door for me to mount it, so I've got to be a bit creative here in the front. So I'm not going to go through step by step of how to wire in stereo system. There's plenty of videos out there for that, but essentially for me, I'm going to use my ARC control panel and just make one of these switches for the radio. So then I'll have a power wire coming off of that, and I'll run it back to there. There's a little hole right there that gets you up into the the area, and that'll give me power. So I'm gonna run a big enough wire so that the power, the constant 12 volt and the accessory can run off of that wire, because it's a very small amplifier, and because I have a fuse coming off of the arc switch panel, that it'll be good to go like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to wiring. All right, so as you can hear and see, got the music playing, and it's a whole rat's nest of wires, but I just wanted to kind of test it. I've got the power wire ran back from the arc switch panel, so I flipped that green, which turned on the relay. I ran the power wire back through here. You can see that red wire there, then I put it through the loom, and then it comes back and it runs under and through up to the box here, and then I just have a whole rat's nest of wires just in the meantime, because you know, I just wanted to test it to make sure everything's working right. I put the ground, let's see if I can point it out, there's a ground bolt somewhere down in there. I just grounded it to the chassis of the car right in here. And you know, I also noticed that this is hollow, so that's going to actually make it a bit easier to run my speaker wires from this box straight on over to the other side, and then to the back or to the front, because otherwise I was gonna, apologize, the turbo heater kicked on, but it might make it a little bit easier to run right through there and then down and to whichever, because I was originally going to run it through this black grommet down there, down under the car. So we'll see. But yeah, like I had playing earlier, well, that was really loud. My text message came through my speaker, but this is illuminated blue, which is for Bluetooth. When it first popped on, it was red, and I was able to connect to Bluetooth and try and play, but nothing was playing. But it was red, and that's for aux cord. So switched it to blue, and now I can just hit this, see if this works. Yep, it turned on the music from my phone. So just got the one speaker playing, and then I was able to pause it. So that is how we're looking so far, the progress so far. And now I just need to clean up these wires quite a bit and get this amp fixed in there. I think I'm just going to use Velcro to get it to hold in there. So all right, we'll get back to work. So I'm in the midst of wiring here, and I just wanted to pop in with a little update. So I'm getting a little bit better at wiring because I finally invested in some actual plugs and the actual terminals that go into those plugs, which makes for nicer connections. You don't have butt connections and inserts everywhere. So that's what I've been working on. I'm getting better at them. It definitely takes practice to get these right, but also it takes a hell of a lot longer. But in the end, it will make it easier to remove and work on and whatnot. But it takes forever. But I just invested in some pliers here. I think these were under 20 bucks, and I bought a couple kits that came with a bunch of different plugs. That's what I've got going on right now. Each wire for the speakers will be on this plug. Just got to make sure I line each one up the way it should be. I guess another update I have for you is I've got the speakers mounted here in the back into the panels. I built these custom panels to go in here. Yeah, not too much else to say about that, but I've got them mounted, and I've got the speaker wire ran. Just got to hook it up, but it just runs across the back. Same with this one. This panel goes up in there. Got the speaker wire ran through loom. up and across, and use some mechanic wire to help feed it on through here, and I'll use some more of this tubing to get it over there. I also completed the I don't know, I guess you could call it the remote. So here's this. Just cut it out and sent the wire through like that. I didn't do the best job cutting it because I cut it a little bit too high. And I wanted this panel to be up a bit further and this down, but because it doesn't exactly fit, and like this remote doesn't exactly fit in between here, so I had to massage with the old hammer to get it to fit down in there snugly. So that's the way it looks. It's fine for now. I mean, it's in a good spot for when I'm driving, and it'll be good. So I'm going to keep on working on this wiring, and I'll talk to you in a little while. Alright, well, I got everything wrapped up as far as the speakers go. So got the speakers installed and the panel back up on both sides. You know, the car's still kind of messy because I've got a lot more projects going on. But for the speakers, we're all done. So before, there was a mess of wires in here, and this is what it is condensed down to. Just one wire running right there. Got it nicely in the loom. The rear speakers coming through here. The front speakers are actually ran under the car, so I've got those up under and tucked in the trans tunnel. Those are also in wire loom, just for some extra protection, not having loose bare wire out. So all of that is running up into this box here, and it's going to be a bit messy in here, but I did the best I could. And the amp is velcroed to the car, so it can be removed, and that was just super easy. You know, I'm not going to build a bracket and screw it down or anything, and it is pretty sturdy in there just with a bunch of velcro. So like I said, it can be removed. And then there's the wiring. You know, not too bad, not terrible. And here's that connector, finally got done. So that can be easily removed, and everything is matched up the way it should be. So this can just get shut and locked, and that's all ways. So now let's get to the part where you can actually listen to some music here. I'll show you how I got it installed. So we'll flip the kill switch on back here. It's on. And then this is my key, I guess you could say. So I turn this key, it'll click these on. And then I have its own circuit. So it's on a relay for the ARC switch panel. So when I hit radio, it turns on the, I think it's 30 amp relay. And it's on a 30 amp fuse. It turns on the relay to send the power back to the radio. So there's the power, and I tied that into the ignition wire, so it also turned on the ignition. One complaint I do have is that even though it's got power to the ignition wire now, which in most head units that turns the head unit on, you still have to hold the power button for 2 seconds in order to turn this on. So you can see it's not lit up. If I hold this, there it goes. So I will have to do that each time I want to listen to music. And that noise right there was it connecting to my phone. So it does that automatically, which is super nice, of course, but it is a little bit annoying that I have to hold the power button for 2 seconds, even though I already gave it power through the accessory wire. I don't know why I would also need to turn the power button on. It's like if you have a head unit in your car, a normal head unit, when you turn the accessory on, the head unit turns on. So anyway, I'll get over it. So we'll just play a song, give you an idea of what the audio sounds like. Okay, so So you can control the volume with your phone. You can turn your phone all the way up and then control it with these. Which that's definitely what I'm going to be doing, so turn it up just a bit more. George Strait singing great while turning up sitting inside that pedal still she's straight sliding over here to make you do that Alabama shake like you will. I love my country, I love my country. 6 strings and fills and ski from Kentucky. Then you can pause it like I just did. You know, just all the basic Bluetooth controls. You can go to the next song, volume, pause, play, things like that. So I'm really happy with this. I'm super happy I got speakers in the Datsun. You know, most of us, we like listening to music, and it just makes the drives a bit nicer, more pleasurable. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and maybe this is a good idea, a nice, easy installation that you guys can do to your car, and certainly worked out for me. So as far as speaker quality, you get what you pay for, and you know it does get loud. I'll tell you that. Bass, you don't get any bass, so that's fine with me. I just need it to be loud enough over my straight piped exhaust, and it does that for sure. So that is where we're going to call it, and I will see you in the next one.